Hello, smart investors. I hope you're doing good. My name is Gabriel Jarrison. I'm from beautiful Paris, France. And today, as usual, I'm going to talk about a startup raising money on a platform. And of course, I'm coming back to Republic, one of the greatest platforms there is to invest in startups. And today I'm going to talk about the Chimani app that's raising on the website. Before we start, I'd like to invite you to subscribe to my channel by clicking the subscribe button right below this video, the big red button that says subscribe, to get all of my new videos as soon as I publish them, and join the community of the smart investors. Here we go. So here I am on the Republic's website, on the Chimani page, and I'm also with my investment criteria. So before we start, let me remind you, this is not financial advice. I am not your financial advisor, and please do your own research before investing into anything. Now, if you do not know my investment criteria, I would like to please invite you to download them before you watch this video. Otherwise, you're not going to understand anything. You're not going to know exactly what I'm talking about. But if you want to understand everything, you can actually download them for free in the description below. You just click on my investment criteria, you put your email, and boom, you get them in your mailbox. You can read the document. It's very short, and you can actually come back to the video and understand what I'm talking about. All right? So those are the 8 investment criteria that I have here. And as usual, I did not look in great details to the page. I am discovering this startup with you. I only watched that short video because I'm not going to watch the video with you right now. But I do not exactly took the time to prepare everything because I want to put myself in the shoes of someone discovering the project like you probably are doing right now, maybe for the first time. I'm going to look for the information that I want to answer those different criteria, and then at the end I'm going to tell you whether or not I'm investing, all right? So what I gathered from the video is that Chimani is a guiding app for the parks, mostly I guess in the US. So wherever, okay, let's try to go like this. Wherever you are in a park, the app is going to give you a map, it's going to give you hiking trails, to show you routes. It's going to tell you where a bus is and what time you have to go to take it. It's going to tell you where is a restaurant if you're hungry, where are the restrooms, as they also said. It's going to, the fresh water points, yeah, the natural calls is the restrooms, of course. Everything is in there, and the viewpoints. Basically, it's your guides. It tells you where to go. It's actually a free app, so of course I'm going to want to look about monetization. I am pretty sure that they do have a way to make money, but we still have to know how that works. I'm also going to look at the market. I don't know if the people visiting the parks is actually getting bigger and bigger or not. It says that there is 330 million annual national park visitors, an 18 billion market. They have 2,100 active paid users, so I can immediately answer that they know how to monetize the app, and I can also say that they do have scalability because now that the app is done, today they have 2,000 active paid users, but if they multiply this by 10, so 20 paying customers, they're actually not going to have any more costs to them. It's the same app, it's the same development, but the revenue is going to be multiplied by 10, so it is pure scalability, all right? We'll see about the rest very soon. For the market, so it says that there's a lot of visitors, but I do not know that it is increasing. Apparently it is, but the increase in crowd has not been met with an increase in resources for visitors. So is it still increasing? I'm not sure. Without a cell signal, download the guide, blah, blah, blah. So the growth is pretty good. The paying customers is growing pretty steadily, and that's good for them. I'm not sure. Yeah, I wanted to see if the number of annual visitors, critical confirmation. It doesn't say if it's growing. I guess it is. I'm not sure, but I guess it is. Really? To the growing market by giving visitors. Yeah, it says here growing market. It's very, very discreet. I'm guessing it is growing. I'm not sure, but all right, I'm gonna give them a good grade. It is at least a market that's existing. There's 300 million visitors and there's only 2,000 paying customers. So I guess it does make sense that there is huge room to grow and huge room for improvement. All right. So let's talk about the monetization strategy. So they have 4.4 out of 5 on the apps, on the App Store. So that's pretty good. They've been on the Wall Street Journal, on the New York Times, on blah, blah, blah. Okay, good for them. So the business model, all right? Freemium subscription model. You have either $29 annual or $99 lifetime for the premium perks. Provides unlimited access to 64 detailed national park travel guides, offline maps, additional virtual badges, and $2,500 in national park related discounts. All right. So the paid subscription has increased over 2,000%, confirming our product market fit. So the traction, I will say, is there. I think it is the beginning. I think it's kind of small because it's only 2,000, but still 2,000 times. You see the curve here. So that's what I call traction. It looks like it's actually really gaining momentum, and I mean it looks like I guess it's true. It is gaining momentum. And so that is a good thing. So I guess the traction is here. I'm trying to answer the question, are people really wanting this solution and ready to pay for it? The answer clearly is yes. All right. So that is good. And also for the margins, I'm going to assume, in those kind of businesses that is actually 100% margin. Basically, it does not cost anything to open or close the access to those premium customers. Either they pay and it's in the company's pocket, or they don't. I will have to confirm that the discounts, they do not have to pay for the discounts, but I'm guessing that if they give the discounts in the app, it's probably free for them because it's actually an incentive for the stores, for the restaurants, for everything to actually get customers that this app is sending them. All right. So there's competition, but they're much better, of course. There's Google Maps and there's all of those, but Chimani is better, good. They have raised almost $1 million to date, which is kind of big, I guess, for such a small revenue. So they say they have 2,100 customers, and let's say they all go for the annual, so they'll pay $29, so that's 61K of ARR. So the MRR is 5K, $5,000 per month of recurring revenue, and that is probably even lower because I guess some people do have the lifetime thing. So after raising 1 million, doing only 61K of revenue for the year is maybe a little low, but that's okay. And they've raised from Dave Perloff and Steve King and Fritz Onion, which I do not know about, but they are from Main Angels, and this is Main Venture First, and this is Main Technology Institute. So I guess those guys are from Maine. Probably. Let's see about the team. All right, let me take my LinkedIn here and let's go for Kerry Gallivan. Sorry if I do not pronounce your name correctly, Sir Gallivan, I guess. Kerry Gallivan. Let's see if he has previous experience in entrepreneurship. Let's see if he's full-time. He's been doing this for 9 years in Portland, Maine, so it makes sense. So 9 years actually makes me want to go back on my traction criteria. I'm going to say that there is not a lot of traction. So if I understand correctly, they actually released the premium thing very recently, but still 9 years later to have only 2,000 paid customers, I guess is not that good, but they kind of probably pivoted in what they did. New product introduced in August of last year. So what is that new product? We do not know, and that is kind of a problem. New product, yeah, there's nothing there. So let's go back from the beginning. It works without a cell signal. There's a partnership with Subaru or something like that. Subaru selling multimedia systems. Customer will have 418 US national parks locations, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so that's, yeah, I mean, so it's been 9 years and they don't say how many users they have. They say how many paying users they have, not how many users, I guess, or I haven't seen. Let me check. I would love to see the monthly active users, but it says The sessions, is it the same thing? No, it's not, right? Because each user can have different sessions. So we do not know how many people use that, and that is kind of a problem because after 9 years, I'd love to see how many people they were able to convince to download the app, all right? Is it in the discussions here? In this revenue sales, so 160,000 for last year. Active paid user, what is the percentage? So yeah, that's kind of the question that I want to see. So out of the 160, 22 from subscription revenue, the vast majority of that came after we changed our subscription model in mid-September. So they kind of changed. 2/3 are annual subscription versus lifetime. All right, so that's very good, very interesting to see. The lifetime is more popular than we expected. We may need to look at increasing the price. Yeah, sounds good. Currently, I'm not running any paid acquisition. All right. Since the subscription are annual and haven't completed the year, we don't have any good churn data. All right, currently our MR is $4,000. So yeah, you see, I calculated 5, and I told you it's probably a little bit less because of blah blah blah. So yeah, it is 4. All right, we have good data yet since we just launched annual subscription reactivated. All right, so they do not say how many total users they have. Okay, Every time I go to a park, all right, that's really cool. The runway is low. The revenue from subscription is starting to increase. $100,000 raised as part of this campaign. Cash flow positive within 6 to 10 months, so that's very good. I'm reading through all the questions because I made a video before without reading through everything, and someone said, "Oh, your video, you didn't read through the question." So I am reading now. All right. It takes a little bit longer, but I guess it's interesting. Those people have already asked many questions, and it's interesting for us to see the answers. So the run rate is low. The subscription is growing, covering 100% of their monthly cost soon. Maybe 10 months to cash flow positive. The litigation, our current estimate is that the case will receive a ruling by June. So they have apparently litigation against them. That's never a good thing, but that's life, I guess. And they're eventually planning to grow into state park areas. All right. So we do not know how many users they have. They've been existing for 9 years. The fact that they're not disclosing it for me is a bad thing, is a bad sign. It doesn't mean that it's a bad app, and they're growing their numbers, as you can see here on that beautiful chart here. But I'm going to revise my traction here and say no. All right. What else do we have? So the team. This is where I was. Kerry Gallivan. So he's from Maine. What did he do before? Webmaster. He worked at the UN. That's pretty cool. Boston University, blah, 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 Maine School, Free Public, So he's been in the administration before. Maybe there's kind of a link with the parks administration that he can, but still that's not the same thing as having an entrepreneurial experience. Let's see about Vinco. Head of software development and board member. Is he full-time? I'm not sure. He's director of engineering, co-founded the company Plus P, and served as senior manager development at PayPal. He was bachelor. So Vinco Bubble. Let's see. I'm not sure, as per the description, if he's full-time or not. It's not on his LinkedIn, so probably not. Yeah, this is below, and he updated his LinkedIn, but he left the director of engineering in Reversing Lab. So I guess he's not full-time. He's, from PayPal. Pretty cool. But I do not see who's full-time on the team. I do not see a CTO, and that's kind of a problem for me. I do like the model that they have on the Cedars website. If you know it, the British website, they tell you after the raise who's going to be full-time and who's not. So it's not there, but if it were to happen in the next project, if it were to be disclosed, I would love that. This is for the Republic team. Let me look here. We have Vinco is here, Nico Bolito, that's there, and we have she's an investor, VP marketing, Mailey, but she's not there. So yeah, I don't see a CTO full time here. It's an app, it's a technical product. So and Kerry does not have an entrepreneurial background, so I'm giving a negative grade at the team. It does not reflect on the quality of the founders. Obviously, they do have a good profile, but it's not what I'm looking for when I invest. I'm looking for a full-time CTO and a complementary team, and if possible, someone with entrepreneurial experience. All right. The valuation is 5 million. It's a 5 million safe. It's a safe with a 5 million cap. There it is, with a 20% discount. I guess it's a little high for a company doing 61k in revenue. Oh, actually, they did 160. Yeah, but the MRR, the recurring subscription revenue is still pretty low, with less than with around $4,000. So I will say that the valuation is a little high. Then again, I'm, as usual, with my standards of the French valuation, and as you know, may or may not know, the French startups valuation are much lower than in the US. So maybe it is a really fair valuation for US startups. I'm looking at it from a French standpoint and what I'm used to. For me, it's a little too much. It's not highly exaggerated, but it's a little too much for me, the valuation. So I'm going to give it a small negative grade here. It's small, let me say, to be fair. To finish, let's talk about the unfair advantage. So do they have any IP? I don't think so. Do they have any patent? I don't think so. Let's see compared to the rest. They have original content. That's really good. That's kind of something, if you want to do the same company, you have to do the content again. They have detailed travel guides that they created, and that probably was 9 years in the making. They have audio tours. They have transportation. I mean, so it's much, much more information than any other app, and that is a huge, huge advantage for them. And if you want to create a competitor, you have to go through the hassle of doing everything again, which they already have. So, and they have 418 parks, and they have everything. So this is for me their unfair advantage, and it is actually a real one. The partnership is also another one. The different partnerships. Sorry. But I guess the main unfair advantage is the huge database. I'm pretty sure it's homemade. I don't know if it's crowdsourced or whatever it is, but I'm going to ask the question right now. Join the discussion. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let me log in. All right. So I'm going to ask the question, and you can actually come here and see the answer that they gave me. But I guess the database of all the information is huge, and something really interesting for them. All right. So where did the database? Well, where did all the information come from? Is it in-house? So hard to express myself in English. I apologize. Where did all the information about the parks came from? Oh, come from. Did? Oh, whatever. You know what I mean. Is it an in-house job? Was it crowdsource? Is it proprietary? Proprietary? Shit. This is also very hard. Yeah, proprietary. There it is. All right, excuse my English and post. So you can come here and see the answer to my video. That's it for the analysis of the startup. If you want to know if I will be investing in Chimani or not, I'm inviting you to join my private investment club. The link is in the description. In that club, in that private club, I will tell you every startup I invest into and the reason for my investment, and I will tell you when I don't invest in a startup, and then after that you will be free to imitate my investment or not. I will of course go into deeper analysis than this before investing or not, and you will access that information inside the private club. So if you're interested, the link is in the description. And with that being said, thank you for watching. I hope you had a good time. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Tell me your opinion about Chimani in the comments. Tell me what you think about this project. Tell me if you're going to be investing or not. And that's it. And yeah, you can watch another video of me in the screen, screen above my head. And with that being said, I'll talk to you soon. Bye, everyone.